Welcome to this tutorial in which we will explore the advanced features that is related to the translation memory in SDL Trados Studio. We will have a couple of things to do today. The first portion will cover the maintenance of translation memory. So the first part, we will show you how to export a TM and then how to import a TM based on another TM to make it more accessible. And then we will show you how to customize some fields, which will add a layer of details that helps you to further maintain your translation memory. And then after that, we will show you how to edit the translation units, the TUs, and how to commit those changes. After that, we will move on to do functions of global find and replace, which will cover some search and replace both levels on the source and the target. And then after that, we'll show you how to patch a general, edit or delete, and how to establish filters. And then we'll talk, after that, we will cover the search for potential duplicates. Well, in the second portion, what we'll do in two phases. The first phase, we will change the language resources settings from the TM, and then we will use that TM in the second phase to create a project and to do and to see how we can makes the segmentation better and how we can use placeables to replace some common words that appears in the text. So let's see how it's going to happen. And first of all, to get working on a TM, we need to import a TM. So let's go first here to translation memory. So this is where we can work in translation on translation memory units. So let's get started with importing a ready translation memory that we already established before from a previous project. So this is just a regular TM that we've created it during working in a project. The source language is in English and the target is Arabic. So we want to work on them. However, I'm noticing here I need some functions, extra functions that will help me later on my project, but they are not here. If we try to go to settings and try to fix those fields, you'll notice that it's not fixable because it's in editing mode. And this is something that is noticeable with this theater. Sometimes those kind of bugs are not solved yet. So what we're gonna do now is to trick the system. Basically, we will try to export this TM in a in a form that we can import it later on a new template or a new setting. So basically, we'll export it to let's go to the same place for the sake of time. Okay. Yep, to the same place, and let's just name it sample for TRST580 localization. And of course, you can notice now, since we are exporting, it's going to be exported into a TMX file, and it should be a bit universal. So let's save it, and just let's finish. Now we had all the segments, the translation units, the TUs, exported in a TMX file. So now we're creating a more customizable TM. Now we need to import the previous TM, but in a new TM. So let's just start a new TM, and then we'll have to create it from the previous one to make sure that we import all the infrastructure from before, and then maybe we edit the custom fields that we need to do did before. So this is the previous one. This is the TM. This is not the TMX, not the information, not the translation units. This is just to take the definitions of and the infrastructure of that TM. And then let's name it TRST. Of course, it's a TM, right? So this is the name of the new one. Let's decide where to put it. I'll just put it here. That's the new TM. Now we'll create a new TM, right? Let's go here. Yes, this is what we wanted to fix. We want to make it more customizable. So we'll just add one subfield subfield information. Okay, that will help us to customize it later on. The type, we just want to make it much easier. Let's make it a big list. And then here, let's create our list. So now we'll go, and since I know it's about Photoshop, I'll just add like computer related segments, and then maybe let's say like marketing, something just like about marketing maybe, and maybe we can add something related to like application. I don't know, it's just, yeah, so we have those three, and I want to make sure that we can allow multiple values to segments. So we can characterize one segment that has multiple pick lists here, okay, multiple information related to subfield. So this is one of the things that I wanted to add. This is the only thing. So I'll just go next now, and I'll just do finish. Okay, so now we've created a new TM, but notice how it is empty, and here it is important. Here comes the importance of the previous step, which is creating which is exporting the information of this TM. So now we'll just import, and you'll go to add files, and it will request us to use supported formats, which is TMX, like all kind of TMX versions, maybe SDL, XLF sometimes, or TTX. So what we'll do is just go for the TMX that we exported before. This is it. Okay, so now this will ensure that we will have all the segment. Let's just show you very quickly what's the difference between this TM that we just created and the previous one. Please note this area here. So here we have field, and under the field we have quality, source file, target file, and then subfield. But what about this one? Come on, yep, this one does not have that, and we were not able to fix it. So let's just focus now on work on this TM, and this is the TM that we will work for throughout this tutorial, and to apply some maintenance and advanced cool features. Okay, now let's get to work. Let's explore some advanced features. So first of all, let's get to know our window here, our screen. So what we have here is, first of all, we're here in the translation memory window, and then we have here the source text. Of course, it's English for this one, for this TM, and this is the target. So this is the translation, this is the original. Here we have the number of the TUs. When we say the word TU, that we make sure to refer to a translation unit, and usually we can say like TU5, TU5, that means translation unit number 5. Okay, so we will be dealing with segments. Every segment is a TU to us, translation unit. So let's get to know to some features here. So here, if we want to work in any TU, let's just, for instance, let's see, like, let's say this word like Photoshop, and this segment we want to remove the CC. Let's say that there's a new version, or they decided to change the CC. We can just go there and highlight it and delete, for instance. Okay, so notice now after we've edited something, it turned into a different color, and that makes it clear to us that we did some work here. Okay, notice also that we have a small icon here, and it shows that's been edited. So this is the things that you need to know. So after that, let's see how, for instance, like the client called again, or you were working and you decided not to commit this change. You can just go and click on the right click and say discard TU changes. So now that means we just, cancel the change, and you can see it again. It has the CC in it. Okay, but no, we want to make it like this. And then, so now it's edited. We can go to another TU. For instance, we have, let's say this one has, maybe it had another or different. Yeah, maybe it had a different space, or like let's add a space or whatever. So yeah, so now it's good. So this is another change that we've changed. Okay, so now we have two TUs are edited. So this is the first thing that we need to know how to edit. It's just go to the TU and start typing or editing whatever you want to edit. Notice the color. The color will indicate that it's been edited, and then we will have the edited icon. And then if you want to reverse that change, you can right click and then change to discard this TU. Okay, let's imagine that the client says, or like the people who are maintaining the TU, the TM said that let's cancel any notice this segment is just word for word. It's the same thing. It's in the same language. So we don't want that. We can go to the TU and right click on it and say mark for deletion. You'll notice that a different color will show here, and then we will have a small thing shows it's deleted. So this is the two functions that you need to know before doing anything on your TM. So now let's think of making it, let's add a layer of complexity. So first of all, you have to know that we did not commit any changes yet. We have to, after we finish everything, we'll have to do an extra step. It's very important, which is either to commit the changes or not, okay? But first of all, just for fun, let's try to do further enhancement to the unit. So let's go to the first one and try to change its subject field. And let's say it's just about marketing, the first one. And then let's go to the second one, Photoshop. It's already deleted. We're not gonna touch on it. Let's go last published. Let's see. Let's go again and say this is also. It's about computer. Maybe it's about the application too. This one. Okay, let's say it's about application and computer at the same time. And then this one, we should just make it about the application, and it's about computer and marketing. And it's not about computer, it's about marketing too. And then this one, let's say this one is also, let's say this is about the application only. And then let's go to the next one. Also add an extra layer to it, and let's say it's computer and marketing. We just want to do some kind of classification later on, and we need to add this information. Okay, so let's go. This is application and computer, and then this one is marketing. So now we are creating an extra layer of information that will serve a purpose later on. Now, since we're happy with the work that we've done on the TU level, let's commit the changes. Notice, however, if you commit the changes, you will never be able to go back. That's why, for me, it's very important to keep one original one and create a new one to work on this project. So let's just commit, and it will ask you, and it'll say like 11. Notice now all the colors have been gone, and we've missed the Photoshop one, and now we'll have them as like a new one, and we can start edit again. Notice if we do like, if we add space or something, now here again we can also again discard the changes. So now we have edited some of them. Notice that this one shows that it's marketing, and this one is application and computer. This is, so everything has been committed, and now we can go to the next level. Remember that we are working now on the TM level. More specifically, we are working in the translation unit, which is each segment of the TM. So let's assume that we want to make a change. The client said that they are going to use the same information that we've done earlier, and they want to change it to their newest product, which is Photoshop CD instead of Photoshop CC. So let's try to search for Photoshop CC in the, let's say in the source, and try to change it to Photoshop CD. Okay, let's try to find that. So now after I said I had to find things, I found it here. I can just replace it. Okay, and then I can, and it found the other one, the next one, see, I can replace it, but let's say it's a save. It's always, you have to always be careful when you do replace all, but since we know it's only the name of the product and we know it's universal, we can do replace all. And now, since we did the source, I know that sometimes I used to, or the translator used to translate the word Photoshop and then CD into, and keep it in English while translating in Arabic. So let's do the same thing, however, on target. So let's find, and let's just do replace all since we did the other one the same. Okay, so we can close this one. Don't forget, you always have to commit changes, and when you commit, you will not be able to go back. Let's do it. Now we'll notice the colors are gone and all of them changed to Photoshop CD, and we'll never see CC again. Let's get to making some filters and to filter your TUs to, for instance, reach specific items that you want to work on. Okay, so let's try to perform a search. So whenever we have this funnel and all of this function is about filters, so let's go to perform a reset, go to home. So this is the filter managing page. Let's make it bigger. So let's try to filter the text that whenever we have the date 2017, we want to see how many segments that has 2017. Okay, let's search the entirety, of course, and then let's perform a search. Notice that now we have on the screen only 3 TUs. Okay, let's now try to use some filters based on the fields that we've created early on, such as the subfields that we've created. So notice that the first TU is marketing. The second one is application computer. Third one is application marketing. Let's say that we want to create a filter that shows us, or that makes us able to filter in or filter out any item that has marketing. So what we'll have to need to do is to go here and to add a filter, a new filter. Let's name it marketing. Okay, and then let's save the name, and then let's add a rule. So we said we want anything that has in its subfield and it's equal to marketing. Once we do this, save the rule, perform search again. Wow, we have only one segment that is classified as only marketing in here. Let's say that we want to have also any TU that has marketing and that contain marketing. That means it's like maybe application and marketing, I don't know, but I need anything that has marketing in this classification. It's not only marketing. Let's add another rule then. So we'll go again and we'll make it based on the field, subfield, and then we'll make it contain, and we'll do marketing. Don't forget to change this to or, because if it's and, it will apply 2 rules on one segment. So if we kept and, we will show you another demonstration on the function of and. But for now, let's just keep it this. Let's perform search again. Don't forget to save your filter. So now if you notice that we'll have the one that has marketing, the ones that has application marketing, and this one has computer marketing, and this has also computer marketing. Okay, so now notice how we filtered in the items that we need. Let's assume that we don't want to see those, actually the same filter, but instead of showing only those items, we don't want them to appear here. So notice their numbers so we can easily recognize them. We have 1, 5, 7, 9. Let's do a quick thing, just go like no and no, and then we'll save the filter and then perform the search. Notice now there's no one, there is no so now we just excluded the rules from here. Okay, so this is how to use the filter on if you wanted to. So yep, that's to make it applicable. Now we'll filter them in. So that's how they are. Okay, so now let's assume that we didn't have a filter. I think it's here. We've deleted whatever we want. Let's say we want to delete anything that has application, or first of all let's see anything that has application, and let's say, okay, let's create a filter that says application and computer. Okay, let's save it. Always save. Let's use subfield and make it contains application, because we want anything that has application and anything that has also contains a computer. So now we can do, okay, so now we're just using two rules for the same to get the two specific items. Let's search before. So that means when we use the AND condition, that makes it each segment that we will filter in will have or has both characteristics. Okay, let's perform search again, and voila. So this one, it has application and computer, and this one also has application and computer. Okay, so now let's just get rid of all the filters from search. Now we don't have any filters at all. Let's do something different. Do you remember we only added the categorization on the first 11? Let's try to make all of them. We have about 400 and something, 381 segments or TU, and I want to add application for all of them. So what we should do is go and batch edit, and then when we batch edit, we don't really need any filter, but let's try to create a rule here. What we can do is add a rule, and then let's say change field value, which is this one, the field value, subfield, and let's make it add. Let's add application, okay, for everything, and then just say finish, then close. And now we said we have 381 segments, right? So now we have, so each one now has application. Let's assume that we want to filter. Let's create the filter again. Let's do the filter. Okay, let's do a new filter that has only the word application and maybe marketing. I don't know if we have that or not. This is application and marketing. Let's see if we have them or not. Save the filter, add a rule, and then let's go here, the subfield, and then makes it contain. As I said, application will not really filter anything because all of them has application right now. But let's also have subfield that contains computer. No, we had computer. Let's say marketing. Okay, let's perform search now, see if we have anything. Well, yeah, we have 4 of them. So marketing application. This one has, yeah, so this one has application. This one application and marketing. And this one application, marketing and computer, so that has them all. And then this one also has them all. So this is the filtering thing. So why we are using such a tool or such an advanced feature? Because maybe we just want to perform changes to only those, and we want to reach them fast. As you can see, we have 381 segments, and once you apply the rule, we limited them to 4. Okay, so we batched some edits. Let's see if we can batch some delete. So this is the button for patching a delete, but first of all, to batch a delete, you'll always have to use a filter. So let's create filters, because if you did not create filter and you batch delete, you will basically delete everything. So let's create a filter. Let's say that every item that has all the three categorizations, like all of them, should be deleted because it does not just, you know what, let's just delete anything that has marketing in it, because we don't want anything that's related to marketing, for instance. Okay, so let's just save this filter and let's perform the search. Okay, so we'll just use this filter, application and marketing, or let's do only marketing if we have. Yeah, it gave us wider range, so anything that had marketing or has marketing in it, we will just we will just delete it. Okay, so let's patch it delete, and then anything that has marketing, because so this one is connected to this filter since we saved this filter, so it's going to be this. So just do finish. See, we deleted 11 translation units, and you can double check by doing marketing. There's nothing because we already deleted everything. Let's assume that we are using this information in this translation memory for another file, and we want to keep the information secret. So any segment that has email address or it have a website, we want to delete it. We don't want it anymore. First of all, we want to discover if there is something like this. So what we're gonna do, don't forget, before patching any delete, we have to create a filter. So let's create a new filter. Let's call it privacy, for instance. So this is a privacy filter. The rule for us is to do the source file or the source segment, and let's say contains, and then let's do at. If it contains at, I don't think we need this, or just say at. Let's apply this filter first. Let's see if we have any email. Okay, so that shows us that we don't have any email. Let's see if there's any website. Let's create source segment contains, and then the value is going to be, let's say, HTTP. This is what's usually a file or like website contains. Just do okay. Don't forget we need to make it OR here. Okay, let's save it, search it. Wow, we had all of them. Imagine like all of those are like we don't want them. So now we can batch and delete, and we use the privacy filter and finish. We've deleted 13 translation units. To double check, we can apply the filter, the privacy filter. There's nothing. Now let's go back. Now we've deleted all of that. So now anything that has privacy. So for instance, this is best used when you translate a file and you know that it has names, it has emails, it has something like this. So you can patch a privacy filter that you've created it, and then delete everything that has privacy stuff. So now you can safely pass this information to any. So this is how you patch and delete. Okay, let's then show you a couple of advanced features before we finalize the maintenance portion. Let's try to detect any kind of duplication if we have them. I'm saying if we have them because I really don't know. So basically it's the same function. We'll go to the perform search here. We'll keep it no filters, and then we'll go to the search type, and then search in potential duplicates only, and then perform search. And this marks the end of the first portion that is related to the maintenance, and now we'll go to the second portion. Okay, since now we are done with the maintenance, so let's do a couple of stuff that will help us to do better translation. So what we'll do now is making the segmentation better and later on work. So what we'll need to do is to go to settings and work now on the language resources. So in language resources, we have those items. We have the abbreviation list, and we have the segmentation rules. Let's try to play a bit with the abbreviation rule list. Let's say that we have abbreviations that ends with dot, and when it comes into your segments or in the middle of a sentence, the computer will automatically, or the rule will automatically, you know, break it into two sentences, thinking that the dot is the end of a sentence. So let's just put okay. So whenever we have PPI, and I will make sure that we have a lot of PPIs in the future to test it. Notice now it turned into bold, and that means it's not default anymore. So this will help us when we work with the placeables, which will make it very easy to choose like the item once you translate. For instance, if you have products names like the software names, we know that Photoshop is working on Mac devices and also works on Microsoft. Let's try to add the variable by double clicking and say like Mac. That's one item. And let's just add WS referring to Windows, and then LI for Linux, and then yeah, let's say just the operating system. So we have now three variables and we have one abbreviation. So let's just save that. Mentioned before, when we did the language resources editing, it will not shown, and it will not be shown in translation memory, so you'll have to create a project. Hopefully this time it will work. So we'll just go and create like a before project and see how it's been processed without any rules. And very quickly, let's put it here, test project. This is the before one here, okay? So, and then the file should be this one, the one that's we processed before. Now let's do, so this one is before, so we should be processing the file without the translation memory to see if it makes the difference. So there's no translation memory at all. There is no TB in it, and we'll just finish this and open the file and see if it has some broken items. Okay, what I wanted to see, let's search for it. It's the source, so it should be here. So we can see here a breaking point. We already told the language resources that this is an abbreviation. So let's go to a project and let's create a new project. Now we will incorporate the TM that should work and tell the project that it is an abbreviation, so we can test the abbreviation quickly. We'll process the same file. Hopefully it will work this time. Just to finish. No, we did not want to finish. No, we want to create an after project again. So yeah, let's create another after project and then put it in test project, a new file, after, select this file, just call it after work. Now let's add the same file, but the only change that you'll do, we'll just go and work on the translation. We'll use our TM, the newer one, the one that we've done. So we just want to process this with this. So let's go here, make sure that we are using everything possible. Just go analyze with perfect match. Yes, so let's just go ahead with it. Okay, let's now see the results. So now let's see, we've created the before and after. Let's see how it looks from the inside. This is the file. This is without the translation memory. So there's no maintenance on it whatsoever. So it's just let's go and see if the line is broken. See here on segment 87, we see a broken line here because it does not recognize this as an abbreviation, and that creates an odd segment. Let's test something else. Let's go and translate any segment that has the word Mac or Windows. Let's look for it. Let's say just Windows. Don't match the case, and it's in the source. Let's see. No. Yeah, this one has Windows. So let's see. It does not recognize it as placeable. So when it recognizes it as placeable, it will underline it like this. And so let's now go and see the project after, the one that uses the TM that we maintained. Let's see how the file looks like. Let's see if it's recognize the abbreviation and does not break the line. Let's go towards something around 86, 87. Oh yeah, you can see here it's not broken. The line is not broken. The abbreviation is not breaking the line because it recognizes that this is an abbreviation that I use in my project. So now the segment is not broken to an odd line. And also let's try to look for Windows. Let's do Windows. Okay, let's see if it's working here or not. So now we'll pretend. See now how it's recognized the, so basically this is because of the TM, but see here what's the difference. So now Windows has a blue line under it, and Mac has also blue line under. That means it's a placeable. So let's pretend that we're gonna retranslate this one. So like this is, and then I want to add in a placeable. So all I have to do is now press Control and comma, and I will have it in this menu, which makes it easier to talk about this. Have those, and then I can add this, can add this. Mac, and also it saves me changing languages because it's just placeable. So see how it's effective here, and this will show us the value of maintaining your TM in an advanced mode and making sure that it helps the next file in the same project. So see, this is to compare. This is the before. Let's go and see. This is the before, number 87. I remember the number. See, it's broken because it's not processed. It does not understand that this is an abbreviation. And then the Windows thing, it does not recognize it as at all. It does not recognize it. It recognizes only the, sorry for that, it recognizes only the OS because it's all in capital. But this one, since it's not in capital, it does not recognize it. And this is the conclusion of my tutorial on TM maintenance, placeables, and segmentations. Thank you.